Imagine learning that a beloved figure is not who you thought they were. That's exactly what happened with Won Jeong. Won Jeong's entrance into the public sphere was nothing short of meteoric. He was introduced to us as the Mama Guy, a moniker that quickly became synonymous with his name. The public was captivated by his seemingly gentle demeanor, his warmth, and his undeniable charm. He was a breath of fresh air in an industry often criticized for its superficiality and cutthroat competition. His rise to fame was swift and well received. A beacon of positivity, he was hailed as a role model, a symbol of resilience, and an embodiment of kindness. He was the Mama Guy, a nickname that encapsulated the nurturing and caring persona he projected. His popularity soared, and he was soon a household name. The public's perception of SEO was overwhelmingly positive. He was seen as a beacon of hope, a figure that embodied the values we hold dear. His persona was one that we could all aspire to, a symbol of what is good and right in the world. His image was carefully curated, and the public was all too willing to embrace him as the embodiment of our collective hopes and dreams. He was beloved not just for his talent, but for what he represented. He was the Mama Guy, the embodiment of positive values and kindness. His rise to fame was not just about his talent, but about the persona he projected. He was a symbol of hope, a beacon of positivity in a world often characterized by negativity and cynicism. Yet, as the saying goes, all that glitters is not gold. Beneath the surface of SEO's carefully curated public persona, a darker reality lurked. One that would shatter the public's perception of him and reveal a side of him that was far removed from the Mama Guy we had come to know and love. However, as we soon found out, things were not as they appeared. In a shocking turn of events, the real Won Jeong started to unravel. The first signs of trouble began to emerge, subtly at first, then like a rolling thunderstorm. The man who had once been the epitome of warmth and kindness, the beloved Mama Guy, was suddenly enveloped in a shroud of controversies. The initial crack in the facade was a scandal that went viral, a hushed whisper that soon became a roar. Accusations started pouring in, painting a picture of SEO that was far from the angelic image he had portrayed. Allegations of manipulation, deceit, and even cruelty began to tarnish the once unblemished reputation of this pop culture icon. As if the allegations weren't enough, the public started to dig deeper, questioning the authenticity of SEO's Mama Guy persona. The once endearing quirks and mannerisms now seemed contrived, a carefully crafted act to gain affection and trust. The cracks were beginning to show, and the public was no longer buying the act. The reactions from the public were of shock and disbelief initially. The man they adored, the man they saw as a beacon of positivity, was now under a dark cloud of suspicion. Social media was ablaze with discussions and debates, fans defending their idol, while others questioned his integrity. The tide began to turn against SEO. The once adoring fans were now divided, some still clinging to their faith in the Mama Guy, while others started to see him for what he truly was. The media was relentless, the scrutiny intense. SEO was no longer the darling of the industry. He was now a man under siege, his every move dissected and analyzed. As the downfall began, the world watched in disbelief. The fall from grace was swift and brutal. The man who had once stood on a pedestal was now tumbling down, his image shattered, his reputation in ruins. The Mama Guy was no more. Little did we know the worst was yet to come. The facade fell away completely when the true nature of Won Jeong was revealed. Curtains were drawn back, and the spotlight was turned on to illuminate a reality far removed from the lovable Mama Guy persona that SEO had so skillfully crafted. As the details unfolded, it was as though a revered masterpiece was being stripped of its veneer, revealing a monstrous caricature beneath. Reports began to circulate, whisperings of criminal activities and unethical behavior that painted a picture of a man far removed from the affable character we'd come to know. The allegations were shocking, to say the least. Fraud, embezzlement, and a disregard for the very fans that had placed him on a pedestal. Each revelation was like a domino, triggering a cascade of public outrage and disbelief. The man who had once been a symbol of warmth and laughter was now seen as a puppet master, orchestrating a deceitful performance behind the scenes. The world watched aghast as the image of Won Jeong began to morph into something terrifyingly unrecognizable. The public reaction was swift and unforgiving. The tide of adoration for Won Jeong turned into a tsunami of condemnation. Social media platforms were abuzz with hashtags calling for justice, and online forums were filled with discussions dissecting every facet of Seo's deceit. The once cherished mama guy was now the subject of scorn and derision. The shift in perception was palpable. Fans felt betrayed, their trust shattered. For many, it was a harsh reminder that even the most seemingly genuine personalities can harbor dark secrets. The realization that Won Jeong, the man they had admired and loved, was merely a facade, was a bitter pill to swallow. In the end, the beloved mama guy was no more, replaced by a monster. A figure once held in the highest regard was now the embodiment of deception and betrayal. The monster within Won Jeong was revealed, leaving a legacy tainted with disappointment and disbelief. The fallout from the revelations about Won Jeong was swift and brutal. In the blink of an eye, the man who was once beloved as the mama guy was now the object of public scorn and legal scrutiny. As the truth about Seo's monstrous behavior came to light, the legal gears began to churn. Authorities were swift in their response, launching an immediate investigation into Seo's actions. The charges that followed were severe, mirroring the gravity of the allegations against him. Seo found himself facing serious consequences, with potential penalties that ranged from hefty fines to significant prison time. The public's response was equally swift and unforgiving. Social media platforms erupted with outrage and disappointment. The hashtag #SeoWonJongIsOver party trended worldwide as fans and critics alike voiced their disgust. Seo's downfall also sent shockwaves through the industry. His once thriving career came to a screeching halt, with sponsors and collaborators severing ties en masse. Networks pulled his shows from their schedules and his name was scrubbed from credits. The industry took a hard look at itself, with many questioning how such behavior could have been overlooked for so long. But the impact of Seo's downfall extended beyond the industry. It sparked a broader societal conversation about the nature of celebrity and the dangers of idolizing individuals without truly knowing them. It served as a wake-up call, a stark reminder that things are not always what they seem, and that even the most charming personalities can hide a darkness beneath the surface. In the end, the aftermath of Seo's exposure was a whirlwind of legal action, public backlash, industry upheaval, and societal introspection. It was a tumultuous time, marked by anger, disappointment, and a sense of betrayal. But amidst the chaos, there was also a glimmer of hope. Perhaps in the wake of this scandal, society would become more vigilant, more discerning, less willing to blindly accept the images presented to them. Won Jeong's downfall serves as a stark reminder that things are not always what they seem. In the wake of the Won Jeong scandal, there are important lessons to be learned. Mainly, this incident serves as a stark reminder that public perception and reality can often diverge. We saw Seo as the mama guy, a lovable character, but beneath that facade lurked a monster. It's a sobering realization that the people we idolize, the ones we put on pedestals, are just as human as the rest of us, capable of both good and bad. This scandal also underscores the dangers of idolizing public figures without truly knowing who they are. It's a wake-up call, reminding us to be cautious and critical, to not be swayed by appearances alone. We must remember that character is not defined by a public image, but by actions taken when no one is watching. In the end, the mama guy was not who we thought he was, and it's a mistake we won't soon forget.